Right, let's just go straight to the point because we don't have all the time. Like I said, the making money on forex trading was a very difficult thing for me. It was a huge task. It was so hard for me because for me to start making money on forex, it requires a lot of things. And until I discovered this thing I am sharing with you, it was not easy for me. So this video is mainly open for every one of you who has been watching my video. So I'm only sorry for those who will not watch this video, but if you watch this video, it's going to be an eye-opener for you to make profit in this forex trading. Number one is some of you are only interested in the movement you see in the chart, in this thing. Some of you don't know that information is power. You may be trading with indicators, you may be trading, applying parameters and all those things, and you don't know that because what runs in your head and what you do with your hands are not corresponding, you will not click a close with profit. That is one simple truth people don't know. So, but once you have the right knowledge in your brain and you fix what you have in your brain with your hand, you get the right result, and your eyes is fixed based on what runs in your mind, because forex trading is more of psychological than what we think. All right, now watch what I'm about to do in this very video, and I want you to do the same thing. So we are going to be these things. I'll be explaining to you how I get to that point. Now these things, I'll explain it and how you can be able to use it and make your own profit. All right, now this is what we'll be using. We'll be using two moving averages, and we will be using one of the most powerful tools that a lot of people are too low to talk about it because they think that this momentum don't work on crash and boom. I will show you that this thing works, and it works perfectly, because though that's based on the two parameters these things are using, it is a kind of confusing. Why? Because they have too many things together, and if you are not careful to point them out and know how to use them, it will only succeed in destroying what you built for years. All right, so let's move ahead. All right, now this is moving average 10 exponential. I think I can talk about this a little. Somebody asked me what happened when you use simple. Now let's do this thing once. Now watch this line. Watch this line. Watch this place, please. Watch this place. Please focus your eyes on that place. Watch that place. And watch this one. I'll be changing this one to simple. Get that now? I'll be changing it to simple so that you will see what I'm talking about. Now, this is already simple. Now, moving average 26. Let me change it to simple. It is on exponential already. Look at it. Do you see what happened? Do you see what happened? Do you see why we are? Watch one. This thing, we are somewhere here, but now it shifted to this place, and this one get across to it here. So when you are asked to enter trade when the thing cross, so where will you enter? Will you enter at the cross of this, or which one will you use to enter? So that is why, because this thing is a simple move market, but at its sound is not how simple it is. It has a delay move. So let's use the same simple, but this time we are changing it to exponential. Let me show you. Do you see what happened? Do you see what happened? The same exponential, and let's add 26. Let's change the 26 moving average to exponential. Let me show you. Do you see what happened now? So it's not as if there is something big different on it, but for newbies and for those who want to be consistent in trading without a kind of bringing confusion in their head, someone who is using exponential will place a trade and close, while someone who is using simple is still waiting for them to see more clarity in the market. That is one thing you should know. So there is there are benefits of using simple, and there are also benefits in using exponential depending on what you are using. For me, everyone in my class will use exponential. Then if it is a time when we are confused about the market, we don't know what the market is going to do, then you use simple so that you wait comfortably and get the right result. So let's go back. The first is 10 moving average, which is this, and the second one is 26 moving average. So get into your mind. So which means it is 10 EMA, which is 10 moving average exponential, 10 exponential moving average, and 26 exponential moving average. E stands for exponential, M stands for moving, and the A stands for average. All right, so this is what we have. Now this indicator window 1, for some of you who don't know how we'll add those things, touch this place, touch here, then look for this thing here, you will find it. Now this is 14 parameters. Then all these things here, all these colors here, you can change it to any of your choice, because what I'm using is black background. So as I'm using black background, I need to choose something that is identifiable. Then this one is momentum. This is one of the key mysteries that we'll be using on this very video. All right, look at it here. All right, so what are the mystery of this, and how do you make money using this very simple thing? How do you do that? Is that possible? The answer is yes. For those of you who are maybe some of the newbies in the group, for you not to confuse yourself based on this thing, you know that by default, boom, move on selling position and spike back as a reversal with a spike, and all crash, move on buying direction and use spike to pull back. So that is one thing you should have in mind. So for every newbie, this is what market does. So for us to get to more clarity and for you to understand what you are saying, so that I will not be talking and it will be sounding like the market is in a down position like this. So let's move to crash 1000. Good. All right, now this is crash 1000, and I will be showing you how you can use this thing to be placing trade without losing. At least you'll be taking 5 to 10 candles successfully. Then I will show you how you can get to this place. How you can change $700 to 1,000 something, possibly 2,000 and thereabouts. All right, let me show you how you can do that. Now for you that have small account, you know I respect you for who you are. Follow this very strategy. Add those things up, but pay great attention, because even if you add up those things without doing the right thing, you will get the wrong result. All right, now let's go. We have the average directional index. We'll have average directional movement index, which is this one, and this thing comprises 3 style, D and D, which is plus and minus. So anytime you see this color, remember that is the style, which is the general background color, which is showing the signal move. And we'll have plus and the minus, which is this green and this yellow or orange color, whatever you may call it. Now let's go to the market. So this thing you are seeing here is exactly what you are about to do when you focus on your main chart. If you focus on the main chart, we'll have this 10 to 26 moving average, EMA. And now we have the momentum, this is the momentum, which is that blue one. Then we'll have this and the 2 lines, which is this one as the average directional movement index. Now, how do you combine those things and stay close to it and understand how you can make profit from it? Please listen. First and first, wait for a spike for scalping. Please wait for a spike. Wait for a spike. If the market will spike, this momentum will come down to this point. Wait for it. As it will cross over to this gold line, watch. It may stay in this direction for a period of time. In this place for a long period of time. When whatever they are doing there, check the market is counting in this place. And if this thing touches around this area, you should be closing your trade instantly. As long as it steps close to this place, this axis, enter your trade for scalping. Please comfortably take like 5 to 10 candles, and it will surprise you that you would take the candle and close. How? Try it and see. If you don't have that mind, if you don't have that confidence, leave the place. Use demo first. Now, watch as, see, I'm not telling you what I don't do. Just from here, once it enters into this place, place your trade. From there, take your first TP at this very point. If it's about to touch here, take your TP. But as a forex trader that knows what market is saying, you should not allow your market to cross to this very point, which is this resistance zone. You should know that, because every resistance zone has the ability to frustrate the current market. So get that into your mind and don't joke with it. All right, so that is how simple this thing can be. How? Is that all? No, sir, that is not all. There are 3 things you will consider before seeing this. 1, if you zoom out the market like this, you will notice that the real market is in this direction, which means that if I ask you to place trade and you zoom out and you see this, how then will you place your trade? Because the market did not touch the momentum, did not touch this lower area. You know what I mean? Did not touch this lower area of 3 or 5. So how then should I place my trade? First thing you should consider is this. What is the position of the zoom area? When you zoom out, what is the current market structure? You know, we'll have technical analysis and we'll have fundamental analysis. So once you see this thing, technically, the market is operating in the uptrend, which means it spent much time going up. Buyers spend much time going up. You see it than the spike. So which is a huge opportunity. Then I'm going to show you how to know that this market you're about to scalp now will give you what you want. Number 1 is this. Once you have seen that this thing is like this, then zoom out 1. If you zoom out 1, this is how your market should look like. Once you see that, take your eyes on those areas that were below the average directional movement on the bottom side of it. Remember why I use this crash, so that the reverse will be the case when it comes to boom. Because what you are seeing here, when it comes to boom, when you want to do your scalping on the boom, this is where you should place your eyes. Please remember that crash goes this direction, while boom goes to this direction on scalping. So don't make that silly mistake, because it's uncalled for. Now, once you have this zoom, that is to say that before this market started going up to this axis, there were an agreement here, which is to say that after all those things, the market touched here. That is number 1 thing you should consider and say, okay, since it touched here, I have confidence that this market will be going up in this direction. Then the second thing you should ask yourself, how long did it take this thing for it to come up? Did it stay long, like what we have in this area? Did it stay long? It didn't stay long, then it started coming up to this area, which means that buyers are more than the sellers. So your dreams and your expectations is for you to buy. So it's an opportunity for you. People say I talk too much, but I don't know how to just minimize everything. But I just want you to understand it so that you will stop losing your trade. You will stop losing your money. All right? So sorry about that. So once this thing happens like this, you now have an opportunity that is coming. And it steps up to this place, good enough. Then it comes to this place. Remember that before this spike, it was first touched at this place. Let me zoom out so that you will see what I'm saying. Even before this little spike here, the market touched to this area. And the spike was this thing that pulled this thing down. Because the market is still in this position, then know it that you still have the momentum. Until the market spike down to this place, you still have the opportunity. No, don't do that, please. But what I'm trying to show you is that as long as the market spike like this, it shows that this is the presence of sellers. But buyers said we are still in charge, so they have to take up the market once more and keep going. So as long as the market remain in this very position or this area, it simply means that the momentum of the market is so high. Then as the sellers showed up, the momentum need to drop. So as it drop, the momentum pick up and continue to go up. Like that is the word momentum. That is why it shows the momentum of the market, the current movement of the market in the buy and the current movement of the market in the sell. So if you can pay a little attention, why many don't do video on this or talk about it is because they thought that it works only on crash and boom, on volatility, on buy bid, on other stuff like experts, option, and all the rest of them. So, but they don't know that this thing can do a magic even on boom and crash. So take this advantage, and it will surprise you that you'll be making a huge sum of money without any stress. This is the current market. This is what I'm doing. Now, how do I arrive at the spot? All those in my mentorship class should know how I was able to arrive at the spot, because I have showed them the power of candlestick. I have showed them the power of candlestick. And I expect each and every one of them that followed me for some time to do this and get to the same result as I am. Let me show you where I placed this trade and how I was able to make the profit and why I still leave the market till now. One thing is this. I have this as a trial point. I have seen this. They have the bottom, so it has made head, and this is the shoulder. I said, okay, so this is lower low, so I don't care. First, it made a head, it makes a lower and more lower here. So as the market pushed down to this place and formed this very one here, so at that point, I said, okay, in the day like this here and here, so I needed to pay attention to this area. So as this market breakout day before yesterday, so I needed to wait for this. So it took all through yesterday for this to happen. So and finally crossed to this place without retracing back. So now the market finally moved to this axis yesterday, and why is moved down to this place? I waited to see if this place, I waited to see if these people will allow this market to cross. So the 26 moving average, some people don't know why we added that 26 moving average. The 26 moving average I added gave me an indication that if this market should cross these moving averages on a higher time frame, it shows that in the next 26 days ahead of us, in the previous 26 days of period time, that the market will suffocate at this area and as a buy. So I have to take that advantage of that. When immediately it touched at this 10 moving average and hoping to get to 26, I said, no, How do I do that? I watch the market using the candlestick pattern and I place the trade. All through the drama that happened yesterday, I never gave up. Then I waited on it and it's still pushing down. I can only close this trade if I notice that this market is approaching to this place. But with this, if this thing should cross over, that means a love spike is coming on our way. And by so doing, I will be closing this trade around 500 each. I'll be closing at least with 500 each. And by so doing, this thing you're seeing here will be around 3,000 or 2,000 something, so to say. So that is how market works. It's simple as that. Now, what happened on boom 500 and what God gave me the conviction that boom 500 will give us something. Now, let me show you. Boom 500, come up. Boom 500. So when this is boom 500, when I saw, do you see the same thing? So when I discovered this thing yesterday, I saw a breakout here. So I waited for this. So this one gave me the conviction. So I placed this trade at the breaking out of this thing. So the market pulled back. Then all this thing happened yesterday. So currently today, why haven't I closed this trade? I will not close it because this market will possibly pull out like this. I gave this strategy I gave out this signal on the Telegram group yesterday, and I don't know if there's anyone that make profit on it. So I showed them the little stage of it. So some will have closed and some don't do this. So that is one thing we'll do. The challenge is still on. And why we stopped for a while is that we had a challenge, but we are back on it. So go to the place, join the Telegram group. I'll be dropping signals at least once in a day or at least once in 2 days or thereabout. So just enter into the place. You will be seeing signals that will be helping you to trade. Remember, I didn't give you any promise that I'll be dropping signals on that place every single minute because it's a free signal group. So what I do is if I see and I feel like I drop, then you do. Then those in the mentorship class don't need those signals. They are self-made because they have already paid for it. And some of you have seen the secret, something that you can never see on YouTube. That is what you see there. They learn it, will open up their eyes to see so many things. But here, we'll tell you what you should do because we believe that you already know it. So if you are losing trade and you are making mistakes and things are falling apart, you don't make money, please, I beg you, stop wasting that money. Look for a mentor that will open your eyes and tell you some of the simple secret things that you may not see on YouTube channels. All right, my name is GDFX, and I'm looking forward to see someone that will smile home with $1,000. That is one thing I am dreaming of. 4,000, 6,000 US dollars, so that you wake up one morning and solve problems without anyone insulting you on top of it. My name is GDFX. Please make this profit, and I'll be glad to have you, and I'll be glad to know that someone like you is truly succeeding. This is how simple it is. This is how simple it is. So it's not impossible. It is possible. All right? Try it and you smile. GDFX sign.